So the Sony 35mm G Master is the best 35mm lens that is out for Sony E-mount system. But is it still the best for video? Hello epic YouTubers, Mike here, and I've been using my 35mm GM for about a month now, and what you're seeing is 35mm 1.4 on a Sony A7R4, fully wide open. Yes, it is probably the best one that is out right now. I had the 35mm 1.4 Zeiss version, and I tried the Sigma 1.4 and also the Sony 1.8. And in so many different aspects, 35mm GM is probably the best. But today I'm going to be demonstrating or showing you some example of the main weakness of the 35mm 1.4, which is focus breathing. Hopefully this demonstration will help you guys to determine if you guys would like to purchase this or not. Before I even show you some example, first of all, what is focus breathing? Some people have some confusion between focus hunting and focus breathing, where focus hunting is when lens is trying to focus on a subject, so it kind of goes back and forth, and then locks onto the subject. That is focus hunting. Where focus breathing is when you have it locked on focus at one point, and when you're trying to move on to a different focus point, the actual focal length kind of changes. It kind of gives you that zoom in, zoom out effect when you're trying to change certain focus point from something close to far or far to close. And that unfortunately is what a 35 GM has, focus breathing. Let me show you some example. So when you look at this example, you'll see that I'm focusing something in the front, and whenever I'm trying to focus something on the back, you see the corners that it kind of gets cut off while it's zooming in, while it's changing focus points, and it looks like it's kind of zooming. So when you're trying to focus something closer, it's kind of like zooming in. So why is focus breathing important? On photography side, I don't think there is that much of a problem, unless maybe if you're using it for focus stacking, it will become a problem because every time you are shooting at a different focus point, your framing will slightly be changed. So it will be harder for you to stitch it together in post. I think that's probably about it for photo side of things, but on video, it's gonna have a major problem. Sometimes you want just a stationary shot, but your subject is moving back and forth, then you'll definitely see some focus breathing whenever the focus subject is coming back and forth or changing distance from your lens. And it might be a little bit distracting for people who watch it. It's not a really big deal when you're just, while you're moving, you can barely notice it. But whenever the camera is stationary and you're shooting something, you'll definitely notice it. So if you're a photographer, I think 35mm is probably the best lens. But if you're a videographer and you think this focus breathing bothers you a lot, the alternative way is to get a cinema lens, which is going to be way more expensive, but it will have basically very small or to no focus breathing, because those are made for, video. And other cheaper alternative is to go with the Sony 35mm 1.8, which has very little focus breathing, and it also focus closer than the 35mm GM. So that's it for me today, guys. Hopefully my video was helpful, and if you guys like this video, please give me a like and subscribe for similar content near future. And let me know in the comments down below if you guys have any questions or any comments, whatever. I'll try to answer as much as I can. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Peace. So like you can see, if I'm here and I go closer, I go here.